Welcome, tacticians. Do you wonder what campaign to focus on next? Well, there is no easy answer for that. First off, we need a little history lesson. So, back in the old days...
Now, we unite!
I mean, not that old, thanks Franz. But when Snowprint decided that the Riven Guard formula was good enough to transition it into a 40k game. Just one patch before the global launch, it was only possible to get your units up to Silver Rank 1. And as a game designer, you never want your players to be at the peak with everything. There should always be something to aim for. That's probably the reason why Bellator needs 6 bionic neural pathways that are only found in campaigns locked behind other characters. Does it make any sense now? I don't think so. But it made sense then. So let's just assume Snowprint will fix this and not bother too much. Just note, upgrading Necrons and Ultramarines is vastly different than upgrading all the other factions due to their release time, so I won't cover them here. Let's move on for now. From Adeptus Auroritas onwards, every faction had the same distribution of faction-specific items. There are 3 rare items and 1 legendary item per faction. That is only needed by them, and the required count for a unit to rank up is always the same. To progress to Gold 1, you need 46 of each rare faction item. To Diamond 1, you will need another 34 from one and 18 from the others. Additionally, you will need the legendary item, which is usually only found in the last chapter of a mirror campaign, or in elite nodes. It worked like that up until the release of the Thousand Suns. Every unit that released after the Thousand Suns have now a different distribution. While they reduced the required rare and legendary items needed to upgrade their characters, they also introduced the roadblock items. To now increase the rank of one of these units, you need a legendary item to upgrade to Gold Rank 1 and another one if you want to proceed to Gold Rank 2. The problem with these is that they are only available in one specific elite campaign. So you will either have to unlock the specific node or need to get these through other means, since you will only need one of these per character up until Diamond 2. For Diamond 3, you will then need 18 from 2 of these and 9 from 2 others. That again is the same for every unit, regardless of their release date. So back to our initial question. If you want to upgrade a character to Diamond 3, you will need to open up the required locations for the legendary items the character needs. Otherwise, you will need a lot of other resources to get these items. I'd advise you that you use the Tacticus Planner app made by Severin to look up the Diamond 3 requirements for the unit and start to farm the legendary items as soon as possible, since you will need to farm for just one of the items requiring 80 pieces for 16 days, if you have only one battle opened. If you just want to level up a specific faction to Gold 1 or Diamond 1, note that you can save a lot of energy if you unlock one of the elite nodes, where their faction-specific items are farmable. For older factions, it's around 3.2k energy to Gold and 4.7k energy to Diamond. For newer factions, it's just 2.4k energy to Gold and 3.7k energy to Diamond per unit. Every campaign has different faction items in their elite campaigns. Some have a lot more than others. If you have multiple units from the same faction, or when your desired factions share the same campaign, this will really add up. So the choice for the next campaign is really yours alone. As Karl Franz would say,
Make the right one!
Until next time, thanks for watching.